Oh, the time skip. Did not see that coming. I was like,
Oh,
what?
5 years in the
Yeah, I was
future.
like 5 years in the future. But I say they did it better than Tokyo Ghoul because I knew I kind of realized like, hey, all these characters are still the same.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We didn't introduce new characters and a whole
Yeah, it's like
amnesia.
yeah, amnesia. Who is this guy? It's like, is this Kaneki? Yeah, I think you're trying to pull one on me. Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, with another episode of Anime Fix, right? Your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
And I'm Lance.
Hello, Lance.
Chase. Hey,
What's
how?
really sad is that you get to pick another anime, and we're gonna keep doing this until I finally get up and I get to pick my anime. Because I'll get so mad and I will pick one eventually.
It's daylight savings time. You had literally an extra hour of sleep, and you still. I was up at 6.
You're up at 5, actually, right?
No. I was up at 6. What used to be 7. Actually, so I was up at 5:45, which used to be 6:45.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it now. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'll eventually get it. I did it for like 3 days, like 3 weeks in a row, like with a couple past episodes.
I'm sorry. I was reading the episode list to figure out where exactly.
No
Go
worries.
on. What'd you say?
There was a couple weeks there where I got up consistently at 7.
And when we first started?
Yeah, not when it first started, like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But now that I know I'm in this for the long haul, because we're almost at 20 episodes, I don't know.
You're slacking. You're
I'm
slacking.
slacking. I'm taking it all for granted. Okay, I'm taking it all for granted.
So I made a boo boo.
What boo did you make?
So when I first watched this, I watched every episode. But when we were talking about doing it, I looked it up. I only looked up. I saw 25 episodes. I guess that's season 1 is 25 episodes. There's a whole another season which I completely binge watched through, and I didn't even realize.
Doesn't Netflix put them all together? That's
I
what
didn't watch it on Netflix last time.
I watched mine on Netflix.
First time I watched it on Funimation.
Because it says season 1 and it says 37 episodes. I'm like, well, hope there's on a season 2, and there's not.
When you're in it, when you're this show,
you're gonna hate my answer.
Are you telling me you prefer the live action movie?
No, I didn't watch live action movie. I prefer different anime.
You didn't like it?
Not I didn't like it. It's just so like the thing I hated was the anxiety and the not fear, but like being found out. And then when watch the anime for everyone listening before I say anything. But when Elle died, I was like, well, I don't know now. I'm not interested anymore. Like a lot of the fear and anxiety is gone, but like it got replaced really quickly with some of the other aspects of the anime. But then I was like, well, I don't care now. I liked Elle too much. It does.
So it's nice. It was nice to have an ending, like an actual like solid ending where everything's tied up in somewhat of a bow. Yeah, after Elle dies, the sort of like what's going to happen next.
The copycat kids were like, well, they're stupid. I don't like them. Quit sitting in the chair like that. Quit sitting in the chair like that. You're not him.
Hey, it wasn't copycat kids. It was the next in a line of
the orphans.
Yeah,
the next in line of orphans that Watari just kidnaps every couple years.
No. He doesn't kidnap. He takes them in and he schools them, and it's Watari, not Watari.
Whatever. Whatever. He kidnaps him.
And has endless wealth for I don't even know.
That's one rich butler.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna build a headquarters, just and then it's not like it's a skyscraper full with this advanced security, cameras on every floor.
You know what's crazy though? I literally like 4 or 5 years ago when I first started watching this, I literally stopped watching literally right before Elle dies. Right before. Because the last thing I remember is both like Misa, Light, Rem and Ryuk all standing in the fucking forest. And just chilling and be like, hey, you take this notebook, you take this notebook. I got super confused and I was like, well, I don't know what's going on anymore. So I'm gonna stop watching.
It is super confusing.
But like then I guess they forgot their memories. Don't know why, because they relinquished their notebooks.
Ownership of the notebook, yeah.
Yep. And then they both like let themselves like get caught or detained or whatever, and they both don't remember, so they have plausible deniability, right? And then at that point, I'm like, well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to watch this, so I stopped watching. But then, as soon as he touches that notebook from because Rem gave it to, what's his name? This is like a corrupt businessman, right?
Yeah, he's a corrupt business. I don't remember his name. Let's just call him Third Kira because he only matters for like 3 episodes.
C rank Kira. Kira is, he does all that, and then like they corner him, I guess, and then when Light grabs the notebook,
everything comes back.
Yeah, everything comes back, and I'm like, well, that's not good. Well, it's good for Light, but not good for Elle. But yeah, I stopped really right before that. I didn't know that. There's so many simps in this, by the way. I keep talking a lot. Sorry.
I mean, there's Matsuda, who's kind of a simp for Misa.
You mean jealous?
Is he jealous?
No, jealous was the was the Shinigami that saved
Shinigami.
Yeah.
I love how his name is jealous, and he's also very jealous.
Very jealous. He's like, I will save you.
No, Matsuda, the sort of goofy detective. I don't really take him seriously, but he's just there. He's like, I'm here to help, but no one asked for help.
He died?
No. Actually, I didn't finish watching the second time, but I think he actually has kind of like a hero moment at the end where he shoots Light.
Oh, is he the guy that shoots him trying to where he's trying to write the names in the piece of scrapbook notebook, whatever?
That's him? So so he kind of he's sort of been like goofy the whole time, not really taken seriously, and I think in that moment he sort of he realized who Light was. Does he
have the baby face?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you're talking about them. The one that's like, I'm gonna stay with the other 5 people and probably end up dying in this task force. That's really not a task force anymore. But look, Misa is a simp for Light.
True.
Jealous is a simp for Misa. Rem is a simp for Misa.
Yeah.
And then Light is a simp for God complexes.
For himself.
Yes, he's a simp for himself. He does those stretches so like one day he can suck his own dick.
How did you? What was So the second viewing, I had a different opinion on it. But what? How did you feel when they put that super intense, action heavy thriller music, and all he's doing is sitting there writing?
You mean the beginning?
Yeah. Well, it's not just in the beginning, but anytime when he's
anytime he's writing, yeah.
Yeah. I'll write with my right hand, and I'll take a potato chip with my left.
Yeah, I know. And then he has that little TV in his potato chip bag because Elle has all those cameras set up. I'm like, if you take out that like dramatic thriller music, it's just a dude like writing in a notebook, and it's not even like. But then it like pans to all the people dying, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I guess it's cool. Not my thing. I don't know.
So that's the second time around. I kind of the first time I was like really super into it, and I was like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen?" And then the second time as I was watching through, I was like, "Oh, just a dude writing in a notebook. It's not really like a car chase or
Yeah, it's not that intense.
yeah." But the question that came up was, how did he get that TV in? Because the cameras see him open the potato chip bag,
Well,
right? It looks like
yeah. What I
it
think
looks like it
happens
has been
is
opened.
I think what happens is like he opens it up outside the room, puts the TV in there, and then reseals it with like a hair straightener or something like that. And then when he gets in the room, opens it and just sets it there.
Okay.
It made
Okay.
sense to me in my mind. I don't know.
Did we see that, or are we just
I
were we?
don't. I'm speculating.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense because otherwise, like, there's no how did he get the TV in there? Like,
Yeah, I have no idea. What do you think of Light's ideology about creating a just world and being the god of that world and like punishing criminals the way he's doing it?
uh, so I think Ryuk, I think it was Ryuk who said this, but like, if you're the one judging everyone, just kind of when you think about it, if you're the one judging everyone, that means you're the villain. Or if you're the one doing all the killing,
Yeah.
you're the villain of this story,
Oh
this
yeah.
world. I think it was Ryuk who said that. I'm I mean, yeah, it really is kind of a moral thing to struggle with, but I'm on the side of like I'm anti-death. I mean,
He
yeah, I'm
he.
like for me, it's just me, my personal opinion. Like, I am against death penalty.
Oh, you are.
Um, for a multitude of reasons I won't get into, but so like what Light does, while I understand the sort of moral, sort of emotional desire for justice and the idea of an eye for an eye, is that. But even with understanding that, I disagree with it.
Uh, L was the one that when the very beginning when Light was doing all the mass killings of like heart attack ones, he was like this guy is a student probably because it does in between those like 2 to 10 or whatever, and he's like he has a childlike ideology of right and wrong, and I was like that's perfect sense actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah. He's 17. He thinks this is how it's supposed to be, and
Well,
what makes
so
sense to
is
him.
well how old is L actually? Is he around the same age?
So L is about in his mid 20s.
Really?
I looked that up on the Death Note wiki, so
Oh,
that's the only.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I was just wondering. Um,
yeah. He's
yeah.
in his mid 20s. How did you feel about it?
Feel about what? The
I mean,
ideology?
yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like the death penalty and stuff like that, but like I didn't have that big of a problem with it, I guess, until he started killing the investigators and people trying to figure him out. That's when I was like, okay, you're the main villain. You're not an anti-hero. You're a villain. And it's kind of
yeah,
weird because not weird, but I like the aspect a little bit about how he is a villain, but he's also the main protagonist.
yeah. We are seeing most of the story from his point of view. Not all of it.
Yeah,
There are
pretty much
some
all
like
of it.
side moments. Yeah, which is kind of neat. Um, Interesting. So I watched a sort of I rewatched a theory video about
Theory
Death
video.
Note,
Okay.
and I think we talk. I think it gets brought up in the anime too, but there actually is a decrease in violent crime,
Yeah.
and what the theory video talks about is that the amount of people that Kira kills is less than like with the decline, so like he kills X amount of people, and then the amount of decline in violent crime, the amount of lives on average that die normally that have been saved dwarfs the number of people that he's killed.
Really?
Yeah. Which I thought was neat. So it was like, yeah, actually, like not only does it work, but it also in the sense of if you could look at it from a numbers perspective, it's actually positive. He's saving more lives than the lives that he's killed, according to this video.
Yeah, but I guess that also determines what's free will. Then there's no free will if if he's determining if your life matters or not, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're, if you're a dangerous person. So, like, is heart attack a violent crime?
Or yeah, I mean, like, because you can kill him in any number of ways, not just heart attack. You can
and then accidents too.
Accidents, yeah. Another thing that this video talks about is
the sad part too. Go ahead.
Conviction. Okay, so so Ray Pember's wife or girlfriend.
That's what I was going to say. The sad part. I was going to say
that's the saddest part of the whole thing.
And she's just staring with that blank look as soon as like that timer goes off, and then she has to finish it out. And I'm like, Light, I hate you even more now.
I think it's in those situations like with Ray Pember and Ray Pember's fiance.
Oh, I felt so bad for Ray Pember too.
I did too. If he justifies it to himself as like, first off, if you really think that what you're doing is virtuous, then I would think that you would be willing to be judged judge yourself by your peers. Like go in front of the court, like you caught me. Okay, I think what I've been doing is right. Right, and then have like the court decide if what you're doing is virtuous. But instead, he takes sort of a coward's way out. He's like, "Well, I decided that what I'm doing is virtuous, so I can't let you stop me, right? So I'm going to kill you, even though you're doing your job, right? Of something that I technically agree with, or he technically agrees with. But when he kills them, and he does that little brief second where they're like right before they've lost control, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm that guy." That
and he smiles.
And he smiles. There's no reason for that other than his ego.
Yep, he's a huge ego. Like I bested you, I checkmated you. It's over. Yeah. And that's honestly his downfall at the end too. But we'll see at that. Talk about it later.
But one of the things this video talked about was the conviction rate is ridiculously high in Japan. So like if you go to court,
you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, it's like 99. Like I think that he said that the conviction rate is 99%. So basically, if you go into court, you lose. You're going to lose.
Dang.
So it kind of fits in too with his sort of, because he doesn't just kill convicted. He kills suspects. He kills people who are believed to be these bad actors in Japan, in the world, whether or not they've been made guilty by a court of law. Whether if you look at situations like other serial killers with sort of a moral compass or a stated moral guide, like Dexter, right?
Oh yeah,
He he kills people, but and even people who haven't been convicted, but he has in his principles
a set of rules,
and one of them is he has to find the evidence. He obviously gains it through illegal means, right?
Sort of,
but
sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
He works for the police department.
Yeah, but breaking into police can't just break into your home without probable cause, warrant, all that fun stuff. I'm not a lawyer or a cop, so right. I can't speak to the full scope of what's legal and not on that. But I'm pretty sure that you can't just enter in my home, especially if I've been proven innocent on something through the court of law. Anyway, that's not important. But yeah, that's his sort of his moral compass is I have to prove. Even he goes through the extra effort of trying to prove beyond a reasonable doubt before he kills them. Light just goes, "Oh, you're suspected of being a purse snatcher." Dead. Or as our fourth Kira, elite.
What do you say? Fourth cure?
The fourth Kira, where he's like delete.
Oh,
You remember that? Yeah, like the very dramatic delete, and he just keeps saying delete, 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 and writes all the names.
yeah. Is the fourth cure the
Prosecutor.
the who?
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
I think
the attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. One with the longer hair.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the time skip. Did not see that coming. I was like,
Oh, 5 years in the future.
Yeah, I was like 5 years in the future. But I say they did it better than Tokyo Ghoul because I knew I kind of realized like, hey, all these characters are still the same.
Wait a minute. We didn't introduce new characters and a whole
Yeah.
amnesia.
Yeah, amnesia. Who is this guy? It's like, is this Kaneki? Yeah, I think you're trying to pull one on me.
I told you to. We were talking about
Ghouls
that.
are cool.
Like,
Halfies are called halfies.
I asked you about that. I said, "Who's this new guy that looks like Kaneki?" And you said, "It's not."
no.
Or you said, "It's not Kaneki. It's a new character." I was like, "No, it's not."
Yep. Well, because they give you in Tokyo Ghoul, they give you no backstory. It just goes right into Tokyo Ghoul RE, and you accept like this is everybody that's new. And like, where's all the other people? Where's Toka? Where is the owl? Where's Kaneki? I don't know where anybody is.
Yeah.
What's up with these halfies?
Who can naturally progress to the next power level?
Yeah, we need to watch that. By the way, we're not watching, but we need to review it. We've already watched it. Yeah, when L dies, he has that smug smirk look again. And then like it's just his ego stroke, but like it's only for a split second, and then Light becomes the new L, which I thought it makes sense, but I don't know. You can't replace L, even though
you can't replace L.
His
But
name starts
also, but like I would with the time jump of 5 years. I'm the new L. I'm going to find Kira, and you haven't found him in 5 years. I think I like either you really suck at your job, or you're intentionally leading the investigation astray.
Yeah, and because L was so close multiple times.
Yeah. How did you feel about the sort of the back and forth sort of like mental chess and the gymnastics to go like, well, if this happens, then this must happen.
That's what gave me anxiety.
Like the whole
between Light and L.
Yeah, like when they were playing tennis.
Yes.
Like if I lose, does that tell him I'm Kira?
Anxiety.
Or does it? Or if I don't lose, does that tell him I'm? Or if I win?
Stress.
Yeah, that causes you stress.
Stress, anxiety. I don't want to watch it anymore. That kind of stuff.
It didn't give me stress, but it definitely gave me whiplash because I'm like, well, I can't follow this. You are jumping all over the place.
Yeah, bro.
A thing that I missed too the first time was when Misa says that the public is saying that L is incompetent and doesn't know what he's doing. There's a scene. Yep, that's what it came up with Misa. Who was she talking to? I think she was talking to Light.
Misa almost fucks everything up all the time.
So stupid. Jill should have let her die.
Probably should have.
Oh yeah, her death too is a little bit like she just is on top of that tower or that skyscraper, unfinished skyscraper, and she just commits suicide. Which makes me wonder if she did Ryuk kill her? Was she at the end of her clock? If so, did Jealous and Rem only have so many years left on their lifespan?
Well, she did the she halved it twice. If you remember,
she halved it twice.
She halved it to get the Shinigami eyes twice.
First time,
yeah. So that's half, and then she lost her
Yeah,
memories,
well, but
and then
so she had. So
oh,
she was at 0 technically, right? And then Jealous killed himself when he saved her,
and
and so
then
he gave his lifespan. So she halved it.
yeah,
Did she half it a second time? Did she have to make the deal for the eyes
I think
again?
she had to make the deal again when she regained her memories back again.
So let's see here.
Because she
So
doesn't get
let's
to keep
say
it because she gave it up, and now it's like technically like a new owner again. So she didn't get to
uh
keep her eyes, so she had to have it again.
so wait. So
But Ryuk doesn't care about that. Like he could kill them whenever he wants to.
Ryuk's my favorite character.
Of course,
I think
he's a
I
Shimigami.
think he is the point of view of the audience.
Do
I'm
you
just
know
here to.
Do you know the character I hate the most?
Is it not Near, but the other
No, it's not any of
genius
them.
boy?
No,
Okay,
it's not
who?
either of them. It's Sido. Sido is useless, and he's
Who's
ridiculous.
Sido?
He's the Shimigami that lost his notebook, didn't realize it for 5 years. I hate him. It's like, hey, I need my notebook back. What do you mean you haven't noticed it being gone for 5 years? How lazy are you?
Oh, well, I mean, Ryuk says that all the Shinigami are super lazy, and the only reason why they kill humans still is to prolong their own life.
Except for Rem, Jealous, and Ryuk. Jealous is obsessed with Misa. Rem also gets obsessed with Misa, and then Ryuk is just bored.
Yeah, I had a thought earlier, and I completely just derailed it.
It's my
And
fault.
I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so like the way Misa dies, which makes me wonder, was she at the end of her lifespan, or what did Ryuk kill her? Like, did Ryuk just clean it all up and it's like, I'm just gonna write everyone's name in my notebook?
Well, he doesn't have to clean it up, right? I'm
I
looking
mean,
it up.
he writes Light's name in his notebook, even though Light was like near death. You know, he got shot how many times? Was bleeding out.
It's theorized she committed suicide following Light's death. She as soon as she hears Light's death, she kills herself by writing her name in the notebook.
She writes her own name in the notebook.
That's what Wikipedia says. I'm not sure if I trust that then. She says she scribbles her own name and writes Misa Amane dies in Light Yagami's hands. But that's not possible because he's dead already.
Yeah.
Reek is only following Light around for entertainment value. His little trip to Earth, bro, he was there for like years.
I mean, what are years to a Shinigami?
That's fair.
That might be like a weekend, a binge. You might be binge watching Death Note on Netflix for a weekend. That's
true. That's true. Let me pull my other notes up. Misa's a simp. Rem's a simp. Light's ideology. Light becomes L once L dies. L two successors, Near and Mellow. So they're not working together, right? I'll try to remember that.
They're competitors.
Yeah, but they share information sometimes. But it's just weird that they both chose like completely different paths to try to find it. Try to find Kira.
Mello kind of just doesn't make sense. I feel like Mello's just there to move the plot forward in certain areas. And of course, they had to give him. Yeah. Near makes sense to me.
Near makes sense because he's pretty much L, just a smaller version and uses smaller chairs.
Is he smaller or just younger?
Younger. He's also smaller.
Yeah. Usually those two go hand. Sometimes those two go hand in hand.
SPK special provision for Kira. That didn't last very long. Wait, no, was the SPK for Japan or United States?
I don't remember.
I think it was for United States because they're trying to stop Kira. And that didn't last very long.
No.
Because the United States is like, you know what? Just keep your stuff over in Japan. We don't want to deal with it.
That sounds like us.
Yep. Mafia,
mind our business.
Mafia kidnaps Sayu, Light's sister.
Yes.
Is that when? Is that when Light's father is the new owner of the Death Note?
Before he dies on
He
ceremony.
all he unceremonially, yeah, and he also does the deal with the two eyes,
Yeah.
with the Shimigami eyes. That I didn't see that coming. That was I was like, huh, like father, like
And of
son, or
course,
like son, like
of
father.
course, yeah, and of course, he doesn't actually use the notebook, so his soul is preserved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But he did the deal though, so
He had the deal for the eyes, but he didn't actually. The rule is if you use the notebook.
he did use a notebook.
Which name did he write in there?
He didn't. He used the eyes thing.
So yeah, so you have to actually write a name in the notebook for your soul to be corrupted.
Okay, and that's when didn't Light relinquish ownership, right? So
Light's
like, so,
a few times.
yeah, because I think like, did it his dad think that Light was innocent still?
His dad thought he was innocent the entire time, even when it was
Oh, the
to the
entire time.
his pretty much, or just wouldn't accept that he did what he was supposed to do as an honorable character.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he. Uh, um, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I got a text message. He relinquished his ownership several times. Yeah, his father. I was super annoyed by his father because even
Yeah.
when like everyone else was like, "This is the evidence is showing this," he was like, "It can't be my son. It can't be Kira."
Yeah.
And it sort of
That was
irked
pretty
me.
shocking when the first time I watched it. Like episode 2 or 3, like in of Death Note, he's like, well, when Light's talking to Ryuk, he's like, well, I think I have an advantage with the police trying to find me. And then he's like, he comes
Yeah,
on, he's like, hello, father, you joining us for dinner? I'm like,
yeah,
oh, oh,
yeah. I think more realistically, maybe this is just a culture thing. I think more realistic, his father would like smack him upside the head, like, "Are you doing stupid? Are you being stupid?"
that's probably a culture. Well, no, I don't know. Aren't Asian parents like quick to punish? My mom was, so I can say that. So
I don't
so
know.
so my mom, she never like slapped or like hit me, but like she did this ear thing where she pulled my ear a lot, like when I was acting up or pulled and twist, and I was like, you're gonna twist my ear off. You keep doing this.
My mom was never quick to punish. Dad was though. Dad was very quick to punish.
Oh yeah, my dad was too.
Um, but my mom was. What's weird is my dad was quick to punish, but my mom was her when she did punish. Her punishments were harsher.
It was what, harsher?
Harsher, yeah. So like,
Because you pushed your buttons too far, and all that
dad
pent
would
up
just be
anger.
a quick, metaphorically smack across the face, but like mom would not really, but like would lock you
Yeah.
in your room and make you like beg for food. I'm kidding. So yeah, it's it's sort of like being stuck on him being innocent the whole time, even when like
Yeah.
it was obvious he wasn't. I thought was really
Did we
bothersome.
see much of Light's mom? I can't remember.
No,
I didn't think so.
she's just there to be, a background, a side character, background.
Shut up, Klein.
She's there to Light, bring down your trash day.
Oh yeah, it's like, don't
Yeah,
forget your potato chip bag with the TV in it.
yeah. Your $400. Yeah, I like that. How they're like, man, you must be spoiled. You spent $400 on that TV. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, was that actually $400 or was that 400 yen that you were?
How much is 400 yen?
It's probably $400. Let me see here, 400 yen.
I think it's like $200, $210.
Okay, so in today's money, it is $3.53.
I don't think you buy a
400
TV for
yen.
that. I don't think you buy a TV for that.
Yeah. I wonder how much $400 in yen is. It's 45,000
That's a lot.
yen. I wonder. I'm curious. Did they actually say 400 yen? I'll have to get Tori since she speaks Japanese.
Turning Japanese now. Turning Japanese. Hey, what do you think about Light's lack of empathy, I guess, or like having no reservations about killing his comrades or like his like people? I guess he's just using them, I guess, but like he has no reservations, even if he has like a sort of a relationship with any like with them. He never kills Misa, but like he kills Kiyomi.
I think he doesn't kill Misa. I think he doesn't kill Misa for two reasons. One, at one point,
Rem
he
said,
yeah. So multiple times he doesn't kill her. For Rem said he would kill him. Another reason he doesn't kill her is because she's so obsessed in doing whatever he says.
So she's like,
she's useful. Like she's not going to be and also I think he's afraid to. He's always, whenever he's shown hesitation to kill, he's like, is killing this person going to lead someone back to me?
Oh, speaking of Misa's like undying love for Light, how many times do you think Light tapped that?
I don't even know. What?
Is it like 1,000 to the 10th power?
I don't know. I know he had a few girls that were obsessed with him, and
Kiyomi was his ex-girlfriend too, right?
Yeah,
bro, he's drowning in it. Barely holding his head above water. You know what
I mean? I didn't think about that at all.
I thought about that a lot.
I bet you did. Yeah, with some of the animes you watch.
Hey, eventually I will get you to watch one of them as soon as I wake up at 7.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready by 7.
Ready by 7. I think I'm okay.
I'll get you one day. I will. I know it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Well, the problem is I'm always up until freaking midnight or 1 a.m.
No, excuse. No. That's not the problem, because
it is the problem.
We are doing.
I'm not you.
I'm
not you. I'm not built like you. Okay. I'm not old. I like my sleep.
What does that have to do with anything?
Old people wake up at like 4 and 5 in the morning consistently without an alarm clock.
It's not about my age. It's about discipline. All right. I set a time to wake up and I get up there. I know you don't. That's why I'm going to be winning for the foreseeable future.
I will win once, and I will make you watch what I want you to watch. Speaking of which, you better be thinking of what we need to watch next time.
Oh, I have no idea.
Maybe watch the other one I don't want to watch.
You mean RE0?
Yeah, I think you really enjoy it, bro. To be honest with you,
we could watch Psycho-Pass season 3.
No, stop. Nope, no Psycho-Pass. Oh, I think Psycho-Pass is number 1 now.
Is it really?
I think so. I'll double check.
Don't tell Tori that. She might be upset since.
Oh, bro, you're one away. Madoka Magica is still the highest.
Madoka Magica is really just popular. Like,
yeah, you won't believe it, but Silent Voice and Psycho-Pass are tied for second.
I believe Silent Voice.
You don't believe Psycho-Pass?
No, I mean, I really like Psycho-Pass, but
one of our favorite ones is the lowest. Garden of Words is the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad.
I still need to finish the light novel. It's really good so far.
Really?
I like this. I like Death Note. I liked it the second time. I definitely had more criticisms.
I rather watch else. Go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought.
I definitely have more criticisms about some of which was probably for the time. Some of which was maybe just the story was complex, so it's hard to animate it and create like a sort of flowing story. I bet but
what is You said Death Note, or
I think Death Note gets in the anime gets really it's complex, like some
oh
of the
yeah,
back and forth
I
and
have to
like
rewatch a
the
couple episodes.
you have to rewatch. I think that could just be my criticisms could just be that it's difficult to animate that kind of story and like create like a flowing sort of like moving picture, if you will. That might be easier, more translated into a manga. But yeah, I definitely liked it. Did not. I don't. I just don't get the anxiety part. I
I don't.
it's a.
Well, I don't know, man. It's just who I am. um, I will say I did not hate it, but I rather watch something else.
Do you think it meets the hype? Like, because a lot of people hype Death Note.
No, it does not meet the hype. There's so many better animes out there, in my opinion. But like the anxiety thing is my biggest issue with it. But that's just me. It's not like anything about the anime that's bad. It's not my cup of tea.
Fair.
Just like
Did
RE
you
Zero, not my cup of tea. I will finish
watch
it
that?
because Best Girl's in it.
You should watch RE0. That's
Oh,
new. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm excited
Next week.
to see to have your thoughts on who Best Girl is in RE Zero because I know my Best Girl.
Okay.
And
How did you? So, what do you think? Anything that L does that he says is in support of his intelligence actually has an impact, or do you think he's just justifying being weird?
justifying being weird
But you don't think
because he
like
was kidnapped as a kid to be a detective.
no, he wasn't kidnapped. He was taken in by a kind old man after his parents died,
That's
according to the
Batman.
Death Note
That's
wiki.
Batman.
I mean, basically, he's
So
also
he's Robin,
he's the world's greatest detective.
not L.
You can't be world's greatest detective if you aren't an orphan.
That's fair. Well, you got a fair point
That's what we
there.
learned in Batman.
That's true.
He's actually the top 3 world. Did you catch that?
No.
It's briefly mentioned. He
Who,
has
L?
3 aliases. Yeah, L
Oh,
has 3 aliases. L, the best world's greatest detective. Oh gosh, I don't remember them, but they're I think like Guillermo. That's not it.
Guillermo. Where'd you get that from?
But you know he has 3 different aliases, and all of them are in succession: world's greatest, second world's greatest, and third world's greatest detective.
That's funny.
He created the other 2 so that way, if there was ever anyone who wants to find him, they would reach out to the other 2, saying, "Hey, can you figure out who the world's greatest detective is, so we can?"
Do you think? Do you think that if Light was just like a normal like killer, but and like there's no like supernatural or like Shimigami or like stuff like that, that Light still would have bested L? Or do you think L, because it was still in his thought process or like idea of like if it's all normal, you think like he'll be able to figure it out instead of, because it's so hard to think
I
of like,
think I
hey,
think I think that it would have still been a challenge. I don't think it would have been as hard because the supernatural elements, like the whole time he's trying to understand how is he doing this, right? And understanding how is a good indicator of who. But if there are things happening that are outside the realm of what you perceive as reality,
yeah,
it's difficult to narrow it because at that point you're just grasping at straws. It could be this, it could be that. You know, it could be a mutation. It could be a supernatural power. It could be a genie. It could be, any number of things. Like you can make stuff up, and it's just as feasible as the stuff that you didn't make up.
I think if Light didn't kill Lind L. Taylor on national TV, that it would have been a lot harder to find Light.
I think that was his first mistake.
The super big mistake, because his ego,
Yeah.
which is automatically, ultimately his downfall, is what did him in at the end.
But I do think if that Light was a regular killer, I still think he would have been. There would have been a challenge because they were both very smart. It just wouldn't have been as much as difficult. Do you think Light would have gone through with the killing if it wasn't so disconnected from him?
Oh, you mean like if it wasn't just writing a name on a paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, because when he forgets his memory, he sits there. He's struggling. Like, could I actually do this? You know, and then after the first murder, he's kind of like, I actually killed that person, or the first two murders. He didn't believe the first time. He's like, it had to be a coincidence. I think that the fact that he's writing the name in the notebook makes it easier for him because it's like he's not actually killing them.
But he actually is. I guess you're not like he's not stabbing him in the chest.
Yeah. You cut out there for a second because my
you're good. You're good. I was just saying, like, yeah, I guess he's not actually stabbing them in the chest, but
he's not stabbing them, causing a heart attack.
So it's doesn't seem like reality. It's just writing.
I mean, it's like bullying online. Like, you know, you're still bullying, but you aren't actually there pushing them. It's through a computer screen or you know.
I can see that. I don't know. Well, so probably not, I guess, because like when he loses his memories, his facial features change from being like evil psychotic to like being normal. And then as soon as he gets memory back, it's back to evil psychotic. But I think the more that he does write names in the notebook, the more disassociated from reality he becomes.
I also wonder, does the notebook does it corrupt you? Like, does it actually have an impact on you? Because if you use the notebook, your soul is corrupted. You can't go to heaven or hell. But is it just the use of the notebook, or because there are things that Ryuk doesn't even know about it?
Like what? I forgot.
He doesn't. What was the one? He didn't know to the level of control that you'd have over people in the notebook. He mentions that because Light does a bunch of these experiments, and Ryuk was surprised and impressed. He doesn't know that saving a human that you fall in love with kills Shinigami. The only reason why Rem figured that out is because she saw Jealous die after it happened.
Is Rem a girl?
So, huh?
Is Rem a girl or a guy?
I always thought of her as a girl.
That's what I thought too. I was curious.
But I'm wondering, is it not just that you use the notebook? I'm wondering if it's like prolonged use of the notebook corrupts your soul more over time.
I don't know.
Because like let's look at like the businessman, right?
Businessman.
C tier Kira.
Kira, yeah.
He kind of was always a dick, but like he didn't turn into like the psychosis. Like he was always really focused on
gaining power.
Just in the gaining power and being for like the business, right? Like Yotsuba. It wasn't till he was nearly captured that he started to like get like a psychotic look in his face.
Yeah.
And like if you look at Misa, she used the notebook several times, but she never got that sort of psychotic, power hungry.
Well, it's because she's delusional. She's doing it only for Light. I can hear myself talk.
No, I said hang on.
But I like to hear myself talk.
God. Please work.
Please work, Daddy. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet.
Yeah, that echo is crazy.
It was nice.
We don't ever see Misa turn into like a psychotic look, and then the only other person who has it is that prosecutor at the end, and he goes super off the deep end, right? And he writes the most names in the notebook. I'm referencing the same theory video. He writes the most names in the notebook just short of L, or not L, of light. So I'm wondering, like, if continued use of the notebook, or the more you use the notebook, the more corrupted you get.
All right, Craig. I hope you recorded all that, Craig. I really do. We have to get a new modem today, so.
Of all people, the fact that you don't have a good modem.
What do you mean? I had the best modem, but I think it's going out. Turn your video on. I can't see you. It's almost about that time, anyways.
Oh, I mean, if we didn't lose the recording.
This is true. Anything else we want to talk about before we start talking about what we're going to talk about next time?
No, I don't think so. I mean, a pretty convoluted story.
Very.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But it can be confusing, and on the second watch, it definitely wasn't as enjoyable as the first time, but I still really liked it.
Nah, I'll pass.
I guess we're gonna watch RE0.
Are we? It's your choice again.
I think. Let's see here. I think so, because
how many episodes is it?
Let you look that up.
Just make. Yeah, because I'm cool because I've watched most of it already. Just making sure it's cool for you.
Anything more than Toradora, and that'd be too much.
I think so.
Unless it's really good.
It is 24 for season 1. Actually, no. It's 12 for season 1.
Oh yeah, let's do RE0.
12 for season 1 and 12 for season 2. So if you want to watch all of it, it's like Toradora.
Let's plan for season 1.
Sounds good.
I might be busy this week, but if I happen to beeline through it and get this through season 2, we can do both.
Sounds good. Sounds good, brother. We'll do season 1. Plan for season 1, and I'll probably end up watching season 2 because I think I'm almost done with season 1.
Okay.
I'll just wait till you watch it.
Please do. I'm excited because this is something new that I haven't seen yet. So
yeah, I watched it like last year, so I'll have to watch it again to remember everything.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
Hopefully, it saved. I'm counting on you, Craig.
If it doesn't save, I mean, I got all the time in the world today to record.
That's fair. All right, we'll catch everyone next time when we planning on reviewing season 1 of RE0.
What time?
7. It's going to be 7 every time until I get to pick one.
Okay. Bye.